Hello, welcome to video number 3 of our 11 video playlist series talking about the common struggles on a raw vegan diet. So I polled Instagram and I asked, what are the common struggles that you have with adding more raw food to your diet? And this was one of the top 11 struggles that people messaged me about, was not feeling full, under eating, not being able to eat enough, or feeling too full too fast. So let's talk about all of that in this video. Thank you so much for joining me today for video number 3 in our playlist series. If you want to watch all the videos in this playlist series, the link for the playlist is in the description box below, along with the link for the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. It's back and it only happens once in 2023. So if you want to get the Raw Vegan Bundle, it's ready for you to enjoy. It's only $50 and you're getting all new content, including my brand new Raw Vegan Wraps ebooks. So for those of you who have been really excited about that, it's being launched in this bundle. The link is in the description box below. I also wrote a brand new ebook with Chef AJ called Make It Raw Volume 2. So there's 28 new recipes in there as well. A lot of fun stuff in this bundle. Again, worth over $1,700. So if you were to buy all our new stuff individually, that's how much it would cost you. So if you want to get everything for $50, get it all right now, download it all right now, put it in a safe place so that you can access it whenever you like. Grab the bundle link in the description box below. So today I'd like to talk about not eating enough. In my coaching calls with people individually, this tends to be one of the absolute top reasons why people struggle on a raw diet. They don't feel full enough, they don't feel satiated, or they fill up too fast and then they're always hungry on raw. And it's hard to eat enough on a raw diet for many people because we're not taught how much we need to eat. And I want to talk about calorie density in this video because it's very, very important to understand calorie density and how much volume you need to eat on a raw food diet as opposed to a cooked food diet or a diet that has animal products and oils and processed foods, because those foods are very dense in calories. And the 3 things that determine calorie density are water content, fiber content, and fat content. So if your food is high in water and high in fiber, it's going to be low calorie because most of the volume is being taken up by water and fiber and not very many calories. So that's why you have to eat massive salads to get the same amount of calories as you would from a smaller amount of dense, condensed cooked food, like cooked potatoes or takeout food or animal products. So these foods are more calorie dense because you're taking away a lot of the water when you're cooking things, and things like animal products and oils are really high fat percent. Oil is 100% fat. So the fat makes it more dense. And when you take away the fiber, when you take away the water, it's more dense. So you can eat smaller amounts, but they have lots of calories. Instead of with the raw food, you have to eat huge amounts to get the same amount of calories. And with the raw foods, you're eating a lot to get your nutrition. You're not just eating more raw foods to get more calories. You're eating more raw foods to get more nutrition, to get more fiber and fiber variety, to get more hydration, to get more vitamins and phytonutrients. You're eating a lot to get all of those. So it's not just about calories, because you can get 2,000 calories by eating, say, 20 bananas, because they are 100 calories a piece, give or take. But where's the variety? Where's the extra hydration? Where's the other nutrients and the other minerals and all the other stuff that we can be getting from a variety of foods? And we're going to talk about that in the gut issue one, because we've got another video coming soon where we're going to talk about biodiversity and the importance of variety. But for this video, it's not just about getting enough calories. It's about getting enough calories and enough variety. But when you're adding things like greens and vegetables that are really low calorie, you have to eat more of them. And that can be really challenging. So a lot of people who go on a raw diet, especially some women who go on a raw diet for a long time, who feel full but are not eating enough calories, tend to lose their hair, or they lose their period, or they get irritable, and this goes for men as well, irritability, not enough strength, not enough energy. These are all common symptoms of not eating enough. And we really need to shift how we see our food, because we're taught to eat these small portions and be full for like 6 hours. On a raw diet, it just doesn't work that way. We have to eat, say, more often. And the stomach can only fit like 500, maybe 600 calories worth of water-rich, fiber-rich foods. So we have to eat more often if we want to get enough calories to sustain us throughout the day and to get enough nutrition as well. So yeah, it's easy to eat the cooked food, and that's why a lot of people go back to eating more cooked food. And it's not bad or evil or toxic, because I'm not one of those people who says cooked food is poison. If you go back to cooked food, it's typically a sign that you're not eating enough on raw. If you're craving cooked, you're just not eating enough on raw. So have a little cooked with your raw if you need to, and slowly increase the amount of raw until you feel satiated on raw. Another thing too is people will feel like a hollow stomach, or they feel like they're missing something, or they're not satiated. That's where you have to listen to what your body is like looking for. And really, it boils down to, if you're craving something sweet, then you need more fruit or fruit-based dressing on your salad. If you're craving something salty, you're looking for more minerals. You just didn't get enough minerals. So that's kind of a good gauge as to what you need to feel more satiated. So if you're eating mostly fruit, but you're feeling hollow, it might be because you need greens. And if you're eating a lot of greens, but you're feeling low energy because you're not getting enough calories, you need to eat more fruit. That's why I believe fruits and vegetables both play an equal role in a balanced raw vegan diet, because they cover more bases. They also give you more fiber variety that feeds your gut microbiome, which is, as we know, the new science that's coming out showing that people who are eating over 30 different varieties of fruits and vegetables every week have the strongest gut microbiome. So the more variety that we're eating, not only are we feeding our gut microbiome, but we're also getting a wider variety of nutrition. So we do have to work on eating more. Now, some people try to fit the raw vegan diet into common diet culture rules like calorie restriction or under eating or timing your meals or portion control or whatever it is, exercising to earn your meal. All of these are diet culture concepts, and they don't work on a raw vegan diet, because a raw vegan diet is so nutrient rich and lower calorie that we can't time everything to fit everything into a special window, or we can't portion control. We have to eat more, and we have to eat more often. And these concepts just don't work on a raw diet. So if you're feeling like, oh, well, I have to follow like diet cultures or trends tend to be like, for example, intermittent fasting. And I know people may disagree with me on this one, but if you're trying to do a raw vegan diet, it's really hard to get over 2,000 calories in a 4 to 6 hour window. It's really hard because you're eating so much water and fiber that you can only fit 500 to 600 calories in your stomach at any given time, and you have to wait for room to add more food. So if you want to get all those calories, I personally feel that it's better to eat in a wider window and eat more often. Eat breakfast, wake up in the morning and have your first meal, load up on the calories so that you have energy throughout the day, and then eat more often throughout the day. Even if you have to have pre-breakfast like Nate and I do, we'll just have fruit first thing in the morning, then we go for our walk, and then we have a smoothie, a big giant smoothie, like 600 to sometimes 1,000 calories each. It really depends on our activity levels. But then we have lunch, which is a big salad with a fruit-based dressing or a low-fat dressing, and then dinner typically is our darker leafy greens, different variety. Maybe we want to have a creamier dressing with some seeds or nuts in there. So that's kind of how we set up our day, and it works for us. And we found that that is how we get enough calories in. We have to spread it out so we eat more often to get enough calories. Otherwise, we risk under eating. If you're trying to force it into a fad or a window or whatever, portion controlling too, that's another thing that people are like, well, I can't eat this much. If you're eating raw food and you're portion controlling raw food, you're going to be under eating, and that's going to cause a lot of common symptoms that people mistake for detox. They'll say, oh, I have a headache, or I'm on an emotional roller coaster, or I feel weak or tired, or there's a lot of different ones, irritability. Those can be symptoms of under eating. You're not eating enough. Then they think, well, I'm just detoxing, I'm going to keep going. And then they constantly under eat, and then eventually they start craving more dense calories or the cooked food. And for some people, they even go back to eating animal products because their body is looking for those calories, and their body knows there's dense calories in that stuff. So they're going to default to it if that's where they end up going. So making sure that you eat enough is incredibly important to avoid a lot of the other symptoms of under eating, and also to pull the toxins out of your body. We need more fiber, and we need more fiber varieties, again, to feed our gut microbiome. So it's important to make sure that we eat enough. So if you're struggling to eat more calories and get more variety into your diet, the first thing I would say is to chew thoroughly. Chew your food much better than you currently are. Think of if you had 2 jars. You can only fit so many rocks, like bigger sized rocks, in a jar compared to sand. So if you're not chewing your food properly, think of it like big chunky pieces going into your stomach. It's gonna fill up fast. Whereas if you chew your food and you make it into more of a liquid and really get it chewed good, that's like sand. You can fit way more sand in a jar than you can the whole rocks, because there's a lot of spaces and all that. So chew your food, you can get more in when you take your time. Another thing to do is to just make things a little bit bigger. It's hard in the beginning to adapt to eating more food just because it's out of our comfort zone. It's not something we're used to. We might feel uncomfortable with it, but slowly increase. So if you are making smoothies right now, add an extra banana, or add an extra cup of berries, or add an extra couple handfuls of greens if you put greens in your smoothies. Add extra to what you're already doing, and then slowly with time work up to have more calories in your meals. Add extra vegetables to your salad. Add more than you think you might eat. Then just take your time and chew your food a lot more. Then you can get into something like chronometer and actually learning about the foods that you're putting into your body. Now, tracking your calories, this is not a daily chore that you're gonna have to do for the rest of your life, and it's not something you need to get obsessed about. This is a learning tool to learn about the foods that you're putting into your body. Learn about how many calories are in an apple, what kind of vitamins are in an apple, what's in your spinach, what kind of vitamins are you getting in your kale. Those kinds of things are important things to learn, because this is the food that is building you. And it's important to know how much you need, how much you're getting. If you don't know how many calories to eat, start with 2,000. Work from there. If you're eating 2,000 a day and you're always hungry, eat more. You can eat more if you are hungry, because again, that's your body's signal saying, I need fuel. So it's okay to eat more. We have to release the diet culture trends and theories that have been ingrained in us for so long. And yes, it's going to take time, but slowly learn to trust the food that nature made for us. It made it whole and perfect just for us. So we got to focus more on adding more of that and less on the diet culture, because the diet culture is keeping us stuck. And another tip to eat more, obviously we already talked about it, is to start eating earlier in the day so that you can end a little earlier in the evening, and try to get all of your calories in by starting earlier. And again, that can look like just a smoothie or some extra fruit before you have your main breakfast meal, just to get more calories in and fuel your day. So that's a way to help get more in, and also eating more often. If you have to eat more often, that's a great way to do it. But I would personally avoid having nuts as snacks, because nuts are, again, dense calories. They're higher fat, so they're gonna be more dense. Instead, focus on fruit. Have fruit for your snacks. Snack on some bananas, or cut up an apple, have some oranges or a couple mangoes. If you're feeling like you need a little pick-me-up, have some fruit, because that is going to give you more energy than the nuts are, because the nuts are higher fat and you need to eat more of them to get the stretch receptor. I really wanted to talk a little bit about the stretch receptor too, is that when you're eating high fiber, high water content foods, it stretches your stomach out with less calories. So your stomach stretches and it gives you a signal that says, hey, I'm full. But you might have only had 500 calories. Whereas with cooked food, animal products, oils, and junk food, you eat a lot more to get the stretch. So you could easily eat 1,500 or more calories before your stomach stretches and then sends a signal to your brain saying, hey, we're full, because it's like physically full. But you've consumed a lot more calories because your food was more dense. So that's why I say swap the nuts for fruit. Fill up on the water and the fiber and the nutrition from those foods, and keep your nuts and seeds to your salad dressings. Like add it to a dressing and pour it over with your leafy greens. That's a great way to use your nuts and seeds, because we still need essential omegas and we need fats for our cells to function properly. We need them. So it's a great idea to have those in your evening salad or in your salads, and stick with fruit for snacks, but eat more often. Eat more often to get a couple extra 100 calories in here and there. That will really help you to continue eating enough. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. The final tip that I have to adding more raw food to your diet is to explore more recipes, and we have so many new recipes for you in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. It's back. It's only happening once in 2023, so now's your chance to go grab it. You're going to be getting my brand new Raw Wraps ebook. So those who have been waiting for it, this is your time to go grab it. I've got 33 wrap recipes in there, and it's not just the wrap itself. It's the fillings, it's the sauces, it's the suggested vegetables that go in there too. So you're getting 33 recipes in that ebook. You're also getting Make It Raw Volume 2 that I wrote with Chef AJ. There's 28 new recipes in there. You're getting Nate's Kitchen Essentials course. And there's so many other things in there as well. So if you want to add more raw food to your diet and you want to eat more, find some new recipes in the bundle. Go grab it. It's only $50 and it's only here until May 11th. So check it out. Go see all the goodies, link in the description, and we will be back tomorrow for video number 4 discussing overeating fats. So let's talk about that tomorrow. Until then, go grab the bundle, have some fun with some new recipes, and I'll see you soon. Fruit on.